What's up, YouTube? Don Foss, baby. Back in the house with the Nova breakdown. About to take a look at some more models work. Okay. R&B Rex Legend. RC Renew Rex Legend. Okay. Get us some zoom in. Um, Put my light on. Okay. Alright. Okay. Rick sleeve. Lance sleeve. Okay. You can see that Lance exhaust is open wider than Rick's. Okay. I'm gonna go around Rick's sleeve. See the fang work right there. Right in there. Fang work. Fang work. Okay. All the way around. Okay. The Rick sleeve. Lance sleeve. My bad, people. Lance sleeve. Okay. Go around. Around. Go around. Go around. Okay. Not really too much work on that sleeve. Okay. Now Lance told me he only lapped my Pico piston, but when I take a look, he lapped my Nova piston too. Okay. Here we go. Tail the piston lap. Because, out of focus. Get some focus on it. Tail the piston is lap because you can see the top of it. Actually, I thought, from my thoughts, when they lapped the piston, I always thought that they took from the sides of it around the piston, but I see that they take from the top of it. And I don't know if you can see that at the top of it. That look kind of shorter. See? So I guess they take from the top of it. Probably can't see it. I do. It's more of a shine at the top of this piston. I can tell that this piston, you can look at it and tell, but I can tell from looking at the side too. Okay. So that piston's been lapped on the Nova. And here go the cranks. Rick crank, Lance crank. Okay. See the mod right there. Off rip on Rick crank. Come around to the side. Got a mod here. Rick crank is more modded. Round here. Lance crank seem to be more modded right here. Rick crank. I don't know if it's really a mod right there. It don't really look like it. But this one right here. Okay. And I told y'all that Rick didn't put a crank feel on the Nova, but that's because the carburetor was on it. And I was looking through the carburetor, the crank feel black. I couldn't see it, but he did put a crank feel on the Nova Rossi too. Here you go right here. So only one Rick didn't crank feel was the LRP 32X. The Pico Boost and the Nova got the crank feel. See it right here. Okay. See the work. Let me put my focus back in. I gotta get a good focus. Okay. See that work in there? Okay. And back here. Focus, baby. Back here. Okay. Don't really look like Lance did no work in the back, but you can see Rick did some work in the back. Okay. Okay, see that? Okay, see it for the cranks. Okay. Alright. Okay. And inside the block. Guess right up in there maybe. On each side look like a little grind, but both of them like that. I don't know if that's what they did it or it's factory. Right there. Right in that corner. Okay, there go the Novas. Alright. Okay. Now, since I didn't crack these motors open, my outlook on the work is they both do pretty good work, but Rick work is better. Rick do more work to the crank. On every crank, Rick got more work to the crank. I believe Rick's sleeve work is better off job than Lance sleeve work. I like how Rick cleaned up that LRP 32 and Lance kind of left a couple of jagged edges on there. And on the 32, Lance sleeve was more ported out than Rick's, but the sleeve work don't look good as Rick's, but they look okay. Look, don't look good as Rick's, but it looks right. Now, when I was watching John's video, when he was talking to Rick on the phone, I really didn't catch the end of the video when he was talking about the lap pistons and overported exhaust and what effect did it take on the motor. So I had rewatched the video. I was and when it got to that part, I had really, I had to really listen because you can't really hear it that good when you get on the phone with Rick. And cause John is a big influence on me. Yeah, I learned a lot of stuff from John, damn near everything. Um, I know Rick done been in the modern game for years. Like they say, he one of the last of the first. And I want to know. My question for John is: at the point when the motor gets to that point to where it richens itself up, my question is it done, or you just not supposed to lean it out, or like what is it from that point? This is my question, John. If you ever watched the video. Okay, because I know that Lance is like new to the modern game, and Rick is seasoned. He a veteran in the modern game, so I don't, I ain't putting Lance down in no type of way or nothing like that, because I'm quite sure different modders got different opinions. So I'm not, but Rick has been in the game in a long time, and John, he got a heavy influence on me. So I listen to what John, had to say. So, with that being said, that's why I put that question out there. It ain't nothing, like I said, I'm quite sure Lance got a philosophy on why he lap pistons and open up exhaust ports, because I noticed that all Lance exhaust ports is all bigger than Rick's. On every piston, the exhaust port is always bigger. And I heard John and Rick talking about the big exhaust ports in the lap pistons. So, but it is what it is. When you come in the you know, as far as getting the modded motor go, you know, you doing research on YouTube, you can look at a modded motor and be like, oh, okay, I want one of them, So just some, that happens, in the nitro world, I guess, because like I said, you look at a YouTube motor. I mean, a motor on YouTube by modded by so and so, or you know, and you look at it and say, okay, I want to get one of them. I want to test one of them out because you seen it on YouTube, it was ripping, or you seen some pictures of a modded motor, oh, they look good. So when you a new guy like me, kind of to this nitro thing, I ain't brand new, but I ain't really seasoned like that, as far as when it comes to this motor modding and who to go to, and but I always knew to go to Rick, because when I was dealing with the TNS, I always used to see Rick on videos, RB mods, before I would ever, looked into RB mods, back when I was buying my TNS motor, and I was looking at modded motors on YouTube, RB mods always would pop up, so, I always used to see Rick. I didn't, like I said, RC Renew, when I was on the phone with Lance, he let me know that he was, new to the modern thing or whatever, so, Um, you know. So, I just, wanted to share that, you know, because yeah, the text John had left, when he left that text, I really got to thinking, like, because I know John know what the fuck he talking about, his shit. So, you know, I just want to know. Well, I'm gonna call Rick and I'm gonna ask him to call him on the phone, ask him about it. Call Lance, ask him about it. Since I got him. So, but yeah, YouTube had to open the motors up. Had to share my thoughts on, my opinion on the motors, the work, what I thought it was. You know, from looking at the work, I can tell that Rick is a veteran, and Lance is not as veteran as Rick. Okay, like I said, I ain't taking nothing from Lance, but you know, just looking at the motors, Rick done a lot to them cranks. So all right, YouTube. I just just talking. Um, all right, baby. It's Don Foss. I'm out.